This would potentially be Europe's most historic banking combination if a deal were to come through since the financial crisis.
瑞银砸下32.5亿美元并购瑞信，将成为掌管5兆资金的超级大银行。外界看来是瑞士政府施压促成，但一切其实有迹可循。
As recently as February, the strategic board of UBS looked at Credit Suisse and decided that it would not be desirable as an acquisition target. Credit Suisse was pushed right to the brink, and the Swiss authorities were forced really to offer some pretty significant sweeteners to the deal for UBS, including the $9 billion government loss backing and also the wipeout of $17 billion worth of 81 Credit Suisse bonds, which significantly reduced the risk for UBS, who got their main rival in Switzerland essentially for a massive cut price.
瑞信以及瑞银都是所谓的全球系统性重要银行，是全世界前30名大到不能倒的银行。因此，这一次的债务危机也让瑞士政府积极促成，还将提供将近1000亿美元的紧急流动资金。
Governments generally are, reluctant to let banks fail. So when a bank gets in crisis for one reason or another, the typical response from government regulators is to move in and broker a sale to some other bank which is bigger and healthier.
未来瑞信的股票将会下市，股东每持有22.48股流通股就可以获得1股的瑞银股份，而瑞银将承接瑞信的所有资产还有负债。
UBS Group is poised to take on the world.
It creates an absolute behemoth that will swallow up the entire market domestically in Switzerland as far as personal banking is concerned and essentially obliterate competition. This could catapult UBS out of that basket of peers alongside your Deutsche Banks, BNP Paribas, HSBCs and into the realms of your JP Morgan.
除了银行规模会这么受到密切关注，其实都是因为瑞银还有瑞信的资产很多都是不能说的秘密。
Russian oligarchs, dictators, mafia members, potentially terrorists out there using Swiss bank secrecy to hide their money, launder their funds, and get away with whatever their crimes have been.
瑞士因为中立国身份，加上法规规定，顾客信息成为机密的内容，如果外泄，甚至可能要吃上牢饭。也因此，不少资金来源都在灰色地带。
I've talked to Swiss bankers who say the only reason to have your money in a Swiss bank is because you want to hide that money there. And that's for two reasons. One is that the returns on investment generally aren't as high in Swiss banks as they are in American banks or competitive banks around the world. And also because the fees are pretty high there compared to other banks around the world. So if you're paying more and earning less, you're there for some other reason than maximizing your profit potential.
像是瑞银就有半数存款来自美国，瑞银也曾经坦诚协助4.7万美国民众避税。
Secrecy has been dented by recent developments in the last 2 decades because particularly the US tax authorities and together with them, other authorities have eroded some aspects of the secrecy, but it remains a distinctive feature.
专家认为，这样逐渐透明化的做法已经成为趋势。瑞银尽管因为资产惊人，在金融市场占有重要地位，但未来有些秘密恐怕还是得被迫摊在阳光下。
I think Swiss authorities have realized that, they can't operate in a vacuum anymore. Domestically, obviously, they love the idea that they had this modus operandi of secrecy, of, discretion. Domestically and politically, that's a priority, and clinging on to that and resisting the international pressure to ditch it is also a priority. But, if you want to have, decent trade deals and diplomatic relationships, you also need to, give a bit of rope to international partners.
目前瑞银大掌门是由今年刚回国的安思杰当家，他曾经靠着削减预算带领瑞银走出金融危机。预计这次并购资产负债上百亿美元的瑞信也将展开一波裁员。安思杰杀伐果断的做法将带领快速壮大的瑞银集团走向一个全新的阶段。TVBS 新闻综合报道。
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。